Hello and welcome back to the Canceled Podcast. We're so back. We're so back, chat.
We're so back. We're back in my living room.
Back.
And
I've never been like happier. I've never been happier ever than right now.
Ever?
Well, now I've been happier. I'm really happy right now.
What could you have right now that would make you happier?
A beach, maybe.
Oh.
But like right now in this but like dead ass, like I'm so happy to be back.
I'm really excited to be back too.
It was only like 3 weeks, right?
It felt like longer for some reason though, because we were sitting here the last time we spoke.
Yeah, it feels like the last time we podcasted was like 6 months ago, and sometimes like the break is very needed, like mental health and just whatever. But other times, like I feel so repressed. I feel like I haven't had a voice. I have so much to say,
and just like so many things have happened since that happened, so that it feels like it's been.
That's probably why. It's like because we were supposed to film originally on January 16th or something like that, and then the fires happened.
What, isn't it the 16th now? Oh, the 20th.
No, okay, I'm just making shit up. Maybe like the 9th or the 10th. Yeah, because I was supposed to leave for Tarte on the 11th.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to film. Today literally feels like January 2nd to me, like just due to the fires and everything. Like,
yeah, we're gonna need a do-over. We hit the new year, we were all excited, and then like our whole town caught flame.
Yeah, I was in such a like ready for 2025 headspace, and then like major setbacks, obviously. And like,
yeah,
who am I to say that? You know what I mean? Like,
I know
everything worked out fine for me, but it's been crazy. I mean, I don't even know where to like start.
I don't either. I guess with the fires, obviously so fucking horrible and dark and devastating. Same thing. It's like I feel so lucky that we weren't really in like that much of a danger zone. You've been in an evacuation zone for like a while.
I just got back from Vegas. I like had to evacuate 3 separate times, and then like after packing up my shit, bringing it home, packing up my shit, bringing it home, I was like, I just gotta go. I can't. And breathing the air is crazy. I say this as I hit the vape, so like maybe it's just the vape, but like I really haven't been able to breathe lately. Like, really? And flying over LA, did you notice?
Is it like a haze?
It is the thickest layer of like dark gray smoke over all of LA. I was like, oh my God.
Ugh, I know people are saying like this is how it always goes, where it's like it's not until like years down the line that we find out how many people are going to be like truly affected.
I can't afford asbestos.
No, you need to get an air purifier, but they're so hard to come by. I saw a bunch at Costco yesterday. That's a whole thing. I had to get a Costco membership. It's a thing.
Wait, why?
Because TikTok got banned. I thought I was going to have to enter adulthood. So I literally was at Costco when they unbanned that. I was like, I don't even need this anymore.
I thought you were going to say that like you bought everything on TikTok shop prior. So you like had to go get a Costco membership.
No, but I was like, you know what? I guess it's time. Like I'm going to be an adult. I deleted TikTok off my phone, which big mistake, by the way, because hello. Now I'm the only one who doesn't have TikTok.
Oh, you still don't have it?
No.
Oh, you're thriving though. I will say even just like, I got really sad about it. I feel like all the way up until it actually got banned, I was very much like, yes, this is going to be so good for everyone's mental health. And then I started thinking about all the good. And like, I got so sad. And like, I couldn't even delete it off my phone. I was like, I'm not accepting this. But the 8 hours without TikTok was so
to me, it was like, I knew it would be good for me. It was kind of like one of those things where it's like, oh, well, if I don't have snacks in my house, like I won't eat.
Yes.
But then you're miserable. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. I was like, oh, like this is going to be so good for my mental. But then all day long, I'm just trying to open it. So then I was like, you know what? Let me just take this off my phone. I deleted it. And I kid you not, 45 seconds later, I start seeing Instagram stories. TikTok is back.
Well, you're probably
my heart
withdrawing from like the dopamine hits.
Yeah. Well, I think also like, I mean, Reels is just like a whole different animal, and I don't even know if we should give Reels the attention.
I opened up Reels. Like, it is so scary.
It's so dark.
It's apocalyptic.
I'll tell you why I hate Reels is because it's only showing me fitness content.
Wait, that's crazy. Mine is, wow, it's so telling like who we are as people, because mine is like all furries.
Well, it's because like I do like on some level I recently started like really working out again, so I was interested in that content for a second, but I'm like, if it's the only content I can see, I don't want to engage with this content. But then I realized everyone on Instagram Reels can see what you like.
Oh yeah, I almost got caught up in my hour on there.
I saw this like really, really funny, but like definitely like kind of fucked up video.
My fave.
And I went to go like it and unliked it so quick. I was like, oh my God, thank God I just caught myself. But I saw it liked by at least 100 of my friends. I'm like, oh, these people are all going to get themselves caught up.
No, in 2025, you're not getting caught up liking shit.
No. Honestly, like Sorry about that. Seriously.
No, that's like, we'll talk about that one on the canceled awards because that's just that was funny. Yeah. Not funny.
It was, nothing was fun. It doesn't matter. But I'm not, now I'm a little bit more hyped to reels, maybe because I've been without TikTok for a couple days. So I'm like, if I see one funny thing, I'm like, ugh.
I get, what is it called? Like feeder content? Like what, like,
I don't know what that means.
Like people who are like very much
overweight,
but like sexualizing it. Like, ooh, and like jiggling and like I'm gonna sit on.
There's a market for that.
My every single thing on my reels is like porn teasers, like every single thing.
It is scary. I keep getting this girl who like makes cooking videos, but she'll like open the fridge and like purposefully like do a little jump and her tits will hit her face.
It's the jumping. It's all the like
recoil. Like
imagine right now I was like, hello, and what, like it's like, oh my, but men are just
people
dumb.
Think we do, honestly.
Yeah, that is true. Men are just dumb though. Like I get it, and get your bag, but like I've yet to make my reels an algorithm that feels safe at all. So many furries. Like the very first video I opened my reels up to, like after TikTok got deleted, I was like, okay, let me give this a chance. It was this guy in a full furry costume getting on top of another person on all fours in a furry costume and starting them like a car. And then like driving away, like the person on all fours like ran away.
Bring back TikTok.
And I was like, and all the comments are so like, dare I say, like the Reels audience is just like dumber.
So bad. It's so funny because like you can see like a video that's like complete rage bait. It'll be like in the comments it's like everybody wants to be the person who's like, this isn't real, this is AI. And it's like, no shit, it's a fish walking down
and
the
just
street.
Like jokes. Like I would see like a funny reel and then open up all the comments and it's like everyone's like missing that it's funny, and it was making me so mad. Like someone made such a funny TikTok about them like learning Mandarin to like whatever, and then all the comments were like, this is actually Japanese, and I'm like, you're missing the bit. Like it's just like, it's so like, people are just so like,
I know. I find it really discouraging, honestly, finding that out, because I like to think that everybody, like TikTok for me was like very exciting when I found out like, oh my God, look at all these funny people that I didn't know existed. Like people are so funny, and it made me have like this new sense of hope for our world. And then I got shot right back to the ground when I found out that they are only on TikTok and I can't find them anywhere else.
No, they're not on Reels at all, and it's so crazy. The TikTok ban was just crazy. It made me even realize like I've been putting too many eggs in that basket. I guess I rely on TikTok very heavily for my business and like money to like remain relevant in order to continue to push all of the other avenues. But it's like, I can't even imagine all of the people whose like sole thing is TikTok, like how they felt. Like people were coming at Alex Earl for crying, and I'm like, you would cry too.
Yeah, like if you lost your like the biggest money maker that you had.
Like the thing that, like I'm just imagining like at the peak of YouTube when I was doing that, if like YouTube was gone, like I would like be like, I'm not attached to TikTok in that way because it's not like what started everything for me, but like I can't imagine. And then just like the Michaela J makeups of the world, like where was she gonna go? Reels? New York, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel lucky in that way that we were like, a lot of influencers like literally like their number one and only platform is TikTok. Like if we didn't have canceled, I feel like that would have been like really
much scarier. I guess that's
true. It is for a lot of people.
I guess that's true. But still, I just like, I don't even know. It made me really just want to get back on my YouTube grind. Like it just made me realize like,
I know I got scared because I'm like, oh shit, now it's like everyone's going to do it at once and like no one's going to care. You know?
No, I think we're all good now, but it was really, really wild. I don't know. I just was like, even in the 8 hours though, like I watched a show in full, no Subway Surfer on the side. You know, I put some
what
clothes.
Show in full?
Dexter Original Sin. For the Dexter lovers out there, Dexter's my favorite show of all time, and there's a new season that's like from the very beginning, like you learn about his early childhood, and it's so good.
I love when people do that, or when like movies have like prequels.
And they just cast it so well. Like I don't know the guy's name, but Michael C. Hall plays Dexter, and they literally found like an identical younger version of him, and he's just stabbing and slaying, and it's so good. I love Dexter.
Maybe that's a habit you can keep.
Yeah, I put some clothes in the hamper. You know what I mean? I made a meal. Like I felt like such a different person, and I'm kind of like, for the positive side, sad, because like now I'm not going to quit TikTok.
And that let us have it like gone for at least a week. Like if I could accomplish like here's the thing. It was gone for 12 hours. I did like 4 things on my list that I've been wanting to do all year. Okay. So how much could I have accomplished in a whole week?
No, it's insane. It really is insane. But it's like, what is it, do you think? Like, they can't lose us. Like, they want our data?
I don't know. I started thinking about like literally packaging up my data myself and sending it over just to prove a point.
It's just like, who gives a fuck? But then again, it's like my butthole's on the internet. So it's like, obviously I don't care about like my data.
Yeah, but like, you know, I guess I don't really, maybe I don't understand what data means because it's like, no, I'm dead serious because I'm like, what do I care if they know what I'm searching on the internet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, oh no, I'm on Amazon again. Like,
yeah, I'm realizing I have no secrets. Even that trend where everyone was like trying to think of a secret.
Can we talk about that?
Yes. I literally realized I have nothing to say though. Like I have all my secrets are like so life damaging for other people or like I guess myself, but like nothing light.
Yeah, I did like a stupid one, but I was like surprised to find out how many people were surprised that like certain influencers were lying about the things that they're doing. I'm like, did you genuinely think that they were like waking up in their bed doing this? Their camera was already set up.
Yeah.
And
like, no shit, Meredith Duxbury wiped those pumps off. You people are sheep.
Yeah. Like,
sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it is that way where it's like, people will be like, I actually didn't work out 6 times a day. And it's like,
the BBL fitness influencers all have a special spot in hell though. Like you are diabolical people for that. Like that is to make people try to attain your literal fat grafting.
But that's
dark.
not a problem that just now, like that's not a problem we're just discovering right now. That just is a problem. That's still a problem today.
That is true. It's just like, and these bitches really coming, like you couldn't waterboard that out of me. If I was a fitness influencer and I had a BBL, you couldn't waterboard that out of me. The doctor could come out with a before and after and I would be like, AI, you are lying. Crazy. The Ice Cube girl had me shook. I'm like, what do you mean, girl?
Oh yeah, she has all the cool ice cubes and she doesn't even like ice.
Like, what do you mean?
I didn't have any good ones, but I do have like some friends that I'm like, come on, say something. Like everyone was like, tell Michaela.
She had the opportunity to do the funniest thing in the world.
But you know what? She was onto something because you know what's not gone? TikTok.
Yeah, but it's like we all know it's a wispy. Just that's the only one where it's like everyone knows you lied, so you might as. I think her being in on the joke would make me like see her in a whole new light. Like taking that to the grave as if it's like a murder is like, come on, tell us it was a wispy 305 and fucking get an Ardell deal, girl. Like. You know,
it was so funny. I
don't know why I'm so passionate about that.
You know how far we got off from our topic of the fires?
Should we go back?
Well, I only am thinking about it because like we really talked about it for 2 seconds and now we're on the Ardell Wispy.
I do have a lot to say. It was so scary. I think even like with Maui, like a lot of people from Maui will always tell me like how the fires and like you can picture it and you can have empathy for them. But until it's your home on the line, like it's such a different feeling, especially too, like I love LA so much. Like the Hollywood fires especially, like it's so sad to see a place that you love so much burn to the ground.
Yeah, it's the same thing is true for like grief or anything. It's like when it's happening to you, it just like it's so much more real. So it was very like, I've never experienced something like that in my life, and obviously like it's just terrifying too, because it's like it'd be one thing if it's like, oh, we saw it happen and it was over, but it just was so ongoing and it kept starting, like they were popping up everywhere. I'm like, I can see both fires. So Palisades is that way and Eaton Fire is that way.
These panoramic windows are not good for that.
No,
I would be losing it.
It was so like, oh my God, I was just so anxious for days because it's like I can see them burning in both directions. And then, you know, Runyon caught fire. It literally, I'll send Oscar a video. It was actually, we turned around and our backyard was on fire. Like, it just is like, it was scary because now obviously people are setting the fires. So it's like at any point, it's like
the amount of arson is crazy. Like the one in Studio City was confirmed. There's like 5 fires now.
Someone lit Griffith on fire today.
Yeah, it's just, it is so wild the amount of fires that are arson. Like people are just sick and twisted.
It makes you wonder, like, I mean, people are saying that the Palisades one was arson to start. So like, I don't know if people just like knew the winds were going to be crazy, so they took advantage of it. I mean, I guess it's like,
it's so wild how fast it can move. Like the Hollywood one was so crazy. So the fire originally was just in the Palisades and I'm in the valley. So I am like, and my house is very much on the edge still, like on the map, it is still on the edge so when it started coming over towards my house, obviously that was like the scariest moment. I've never cried that hard in my life, and like whatever. But the very first evacuation, my power was out and I was like, okay, I'm going to go get a hotel in Hollywood. So I take all of my most valuable things out of my house and into the Lowe's Hotel in Hollywood. And at that time too, on the maps, like that was the safest possible place in Los Angeles County for my fucking stuff to be. So I take everything I care about, the literal fucking most, to the Lowe's Hotel. And then I wake up and I'm like, just walking around Hollywood Boulevard. It's like so creepy. Everything, it just doesn't feel real. It feels like an apocalypse movie. It's so scary. And eventually I decide to go over to my house and start continuing to evacuate my stuff to Hollywood. And I'm at my house and I'm packing up stuff. And then you call me and you're like, I'm evacuating my house. Hollywood Boulevard is going to be on fire in 30 minutes. I'm in the valley. Everything I care about's on Hollywood Boulevard.
You guys, I'm not kidding. I'm sitting here. I turn around. My backyard is aflame. And then on the news, they're saying Hollywood Boulevard is going to be engulfed in flames in 1 hour. Okay, so imagine the terror. I text Tana. I'm like, we are not shooting canceled tomorrow. I'm like mandatory evacuation right now. Like freaking out. And Tana's like, I got to go get my stuff. I go, no, you don't. Like, you can't go get your stuff. Tana went to get her stuff.
Oh, check this
We have
out.
to insert the photo of the Lowe's with the fire.
Of course. Everything I care about the most. I have chills even right now thinking about it. It was so insane. First of all, I have no power. The only candle I can find is a Pete Davidson candle. My front door.
I have my chaperone.
Everything in my house is so like smart home technology. I can't get out of my front door. I'm freaking the fuck out. Isabella and I get in the car. Everything she cares about, her, me, Isabella, Ashley, and Amari, we put all of our stuff in the Lowe's. So it's all 4 of us. And we start driving to the Lowe's and I'm watching the maps. And it like originally was like 15 minutes away and then it's becoming 25, 30, 35, whatever. And then we eventually get into gridlock traffic. And I'm like, oh my God, everything I care about most is going to burn right now. Like I'm going to lose my mind. And so Mongeau and I are about to get out and like start running. And then like people just start driving over the medians. People are driving across each other. There's no traffic laws at all. I get to the Lowe's. It's packed out with people and everyone is running out of this hotel. Everyone is running out, evacuating out of the Lowe's Hotel. I'm running in it. I'm running into it. And I'm like, the workers are just helping me. Like I didn't have a key. They're just like running up and we go up. Mongeau has a photo. I'll find it. But like, not even across the street. Like the Lowe's was just about to be on fire. Like we looked out the window and it was just completely fire. And I was like, oh my God, I have to go in an elevator. Like this is horrifying. And like we got our stuff and then we get back down. It's just helicopters. Like it's so crazy too, the way people start acting. And I get it. Like Isabella and I were freaking out. Like just the phone going off every 2 minutes with like the and like people just cutting you off in front of you, driving crazy. But like no traffic laws. Like there were police just driving directly at us down the road. People with suitcases running in between the cars. Helicopters circling.
Because what are you gonna do? But like stop at a stop sign? Absolutely not. It was just fucking terrifying. I got a little lucky in that like I didn't even think to pack anything. That I like we missed where we like beat the traffic. But like immediately after that, it was like we couldn't get anywhere near this place. Like
it was so fucking scary. I realized I don't like really care about a lot of like material things. I really was just like, please God, I've worked my whole life to have this house. Like,
yeah,
please,
oh my God, how tough would that have been? I mean, and I'm sure it happened for so many people. I saw like something about a house that had just sold like a few days prior for $12 million and then burnt to the ground literally like 8 days later.
No, my realtor was telling me she had like 19 clients out of homes and stuff, and it was just
so horrible.
It was just, I was sobbing to poor Paige, like bloody murder in her car. I was just like literally begging God, like please don't, because it is so true. It's like even people coming at Heidi and Spencer online, it makes me so sad because it's like, you can't, I mean, Spencer said it best. You've called me broke and irrelevant my whole life. And now you're saying that I'm rich and famous. Like it's crazy the way people will just flip that. But so many people are only asset rich and not cash rich.
Not only that, but a lot of people who lost their homes were just not rich at all. I mean, not all of the areas even that burned were like super nice, like wealthy areas. It's just like the frustration I felt like reading everyone's comments that are like, you know, LA deserved this.
It's so sad and scary that people think, even just like the amount of people, I mean, everyone knows multiple people who were affected, but like the amount of people who lost their childhood homes and like families, it's just like, it is so fucking nuts and fucked up. I really like want to leave LA.
A lot of people, yeah, it's really made me feel that way, especially because like
Perfect.
I mean,
timing.
you know, what's crazy is like for people who don't live in LA, like the Palisades in particular is like the dream. Like that's like the number one nicest place that you could possibly live. Like that's like I could have never even like think of living there, and now it's burnt to the ground. And like all these areas, like, or living in the canyon is like such a dream. And like all the, like, I'm like, where do you even go now? Like,
no, it's so fucking nuts. It's nowhere is safe, and people are just so scary too. Like, did you see Whitney Cummings was like going out personally to like stop people committing arson? Like, I commented on Leo Skepi's TikTok. Should I address that, by the way?
I didn't see the TikTok, but I saw the reaction to it.
Dude, take my phone away. Okay. It's just like
that one time.
I forget sometimes, especially just like I'll smoke a joint. I'm at night, I'm scrolling. I'm watching shit on 2 times speed. You know me. And like I'll watch a fourth of a TikTok and then comment this. I commented this on his video. I didn't even watch the whole video. And then the next day I'm like getting all this hate and I'm like, why? Like I like skimmed some of his video and I was like, whatever. And then I guess he was like coming at homeless people, saying that homeless people are committing all these crimes. And what's crazy is like, it's not.
Well, first of all,
at all.
At all.
And that's on me. It's just like, make a user 7737 account if you want to watch a fourth of a video and comment this.
Yeah, I'm sure his like the concept was there because there are people committing these crimes. It's just not homeless people who are doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
I learned a lot about fear mongering. I didn't even know that was necessarily a thing, and I am like the perfect target for that because I'm such a paranoid person as is. And the first time I evacuated my house, do you know that my security caught 6 different people on my property casing my house, like ski mask people? Like
insane.
And obviously LAPD is so busy, so that's like the least of their concerns. And obviously even just now in LA, like normally the police don't, you know, when I was living in Hollywood, it was like everyone was getting robbed on the street all the time, but it's not homeless people. It's like these calculated robbery rings, and the people are so insane. But it's like I realized I am a victim of fear mongering because I do be sitting up just so paranoid and like, you know what I mean, like being afraid of everything. And that's like, I can see how that video can cause so much harm. And yeah, I shouldn't be commenting this on shit that I don't watch in full with my public account. Girl, you are embarrassing this. Watch the whole video.
The comment is pretty crazy. Like,
this
it's one thing to like it. Like
you can't say this about a video you didn't watch in full. Like,
you do be commenting on things though. I'm gonna be so serious. Like sometimes I'll be scrolling. Like honestly, every video I ever open the comments of, you're in.
Take the phone away. No, I'm done. I learned a lesson. And like, no, I didn't, because I commented on like 30 TikToks today. But it's like, if something like that, it's like, obviously I just know better to like watch a video like that in full. And then now I'm like watching all these TikToks and everyone thinks I'm on like the Leo Skepi side of history. And it's like, no, it's not. Like fuck the homeless. Like I can't even believe certain people are on that side of history. Like it has nothing to do with the homeless. People in LA are nuts. And like,
no, not at all. But there is obviously like a major, like there's, you know, like people who got caught dressing up as firefighters. And did you see that?
Today the arson
had a full fire truck that they bought in an auction. Someone
bought a fire truck, a fake fire truck, to go try to commit arson in the Palisades today.
I do sometimes though, I'm like, did I just read that somewhere and it became true to me even though it probably wasn't?
Yeah, no, I saw that article today, but like,
I'm just happy that for the most part, I mean, like, knock on wood, but like for so long it was like they couldn't contain these fires at all. I feel like now we're getting into a little bit of a rhythm with it.
We're 50% contained, 59% contained.
And but that being said, there's no like structural risk right now.
What do you mean?
Like it's like all the fires, they are contained to areas. There are no structures.
Again?
Like it's not burning houses right now. It's literally just burning wood.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm just like, still, I'm on the very edge of this zone. And I am like, one wrong wind could definitely fuck me up. So I'm like really hoping things go back to normal. But like, it is just so nuts. I don't even want to unpack my shit. I had to evacuate so many times that I'm like, you know, like it's just scary. But
it was humbling for sure to find, like, you know, people say like, grab your valuables. I'm looking around like, gotta go. Like I got nothing.
It made me realize how little I care about material things 100%. Like I really was just like, please don't let my house burn. Makoa did the sweetest thing. He put a sprinkler on my roof.
I know you got it. You honestly, I told you this already, but you got to propose to that guy.
Yeah, I might have to get
like
on
I
my
think
knee.
it's you on a knee.
I think I have to just baby trap, like really clench, you know.
I don't think you need to baby trap him. I think you baby trap in a bind. Like no one's baby trapping without emergency.
I have anxious attachment because girl, what? Like you're fine. Yeah, he was like helping me, and that was really sweet.
No, that was really cute. All I really cared about was getting the kids out of here, and it was honestly Murphy's never even been to the vet before. Like she will not get in her bag, and she's never had an issue. So I'm like, she's fine. It was a nightmare, and they slept in a hotel, and they honestly, listen, we went to the Beverly Hilton. It was like, I don't want to call it a positive experience because of course it wasn't a positive experience, but it was like, obviously everyone had been evacuated and most of the people from the Palisades, and it was like the camaraderie, like, you know, first of all, everyone had their animals and they were so pet friendly. They had set up an entire ballroom like with pee-pee pads and dog food and cat food and toys, and like a whole separate ballroom for the kids, and like everybody's just running around, like everyone's, you know, like so there for each other, that it was very like it settled so much of the anxiety, because it was like I feel so safe here. I can bring my cats downstairs, no one's gonna say a thing. Like
I feel like LA can be a very cold city, like cliquey, and people aren't always the warmest, and I think that that's the only positive thing that I've seen, obviously, just like positive takeaway, is seeing LA really become a community for the first time ever. Like even just evacuating, going to hotels, we took Pocket on a little evacuation nation trip. Aww. And like just seeing the way people are so kind to each other and like welcoming during this time, and like even all the donation places, I was trying to donate clothes and like they're all at capacity. Like that's really cool.
We went to shop. I went to go like, because they were saying people needed diapers and everything still, and I went to go buy things, and it was almost like it was completely picked over. There was hardly anything I could even buy,
which is so great. It's nice to see LA having a community for literally the first time ever, and it's sweet. But
I think LA's always had heart. I think it just sometimes is masked.
I think in this city, the majority of the time people are very much only in things for themselves. So to see a lot of people be so fucking selfless, and you know, to see Alexis Oakley chefing up in the kitchen, like just to see people, you know, going above and beyond for other people is really sweet. And it is just horrifying. Just even like thinking about losing everything is so crazy. Heidi and Spencer, like I can't stop watching their stuff and streaming her music. Like I just, obviously there's so many other people who lost things, but I do feel like because they're kind of influencers and celebrities, like seeing them really like be a voice is
and also like not that they're making it into like this big positive thing, but they're being a little like lighthearted about it, and I feel like it's refreshing to see them kind of like, you know, make light of the situation and joke around about it kind of. And like Spencer's been very like you know, satirical, like,
and just seeing like him ride for Heidi, like literally crying, saying like we spent all this money on this music, and to finally see people like love it, like it just makes me really happy.
I saw the cutest take. I forget. I wish I knew the girl who made the video, but she was talking about how like, you know, so Heidi had put all this money into the music and it wasn't successful then, and they had lost so much money on it. But like she was saying, like it was an investment. It literally, like, they're just now getting the return on investment because they needed for the money to come now. You know what I mean? Because had it been very successful in the moment, then they would have already probably blown through that, and like they would still be in this position. But instead, it's like blowing up now. And honestly,
that's
stream
really sweet.
What's it called? I'll do it.
Superficial?
Yeah, I'll do it. Isn't it in parentheses superficial? I don't know. Someone fact check me, seriously.
I really want to have them on though. I've always been
I would
a Heidi Montag stan.
I just love how the world was against them and they just fucking proved everybody wrong. Like everyone was like, they'll never stay together. They're like the most extremely like tight couple.
Yeah, they're everything. And they're
so
cute. I mean, with all of that being said, I do feel like, especially due to the state of TikTok and just everything, there is so much drama and stuff to talk about.
Oh.
And can I just say, like, I was telling you this before we started filming, but I don't know if it's the 3 weeks off or what, but I'm like ready. I'm ready. I think
to stir things
up.
This
is what it is. Being at my house, standing on my balcony, watching that fire come over my hill, and really thinking about what I would do with my life if everything I ever worked for burnt down. I realized, I mean, first of all, I would be the fuck out of LA, right? But even just thinking about that, like, it puts everything else into perspective in the sense of like what you really care about, right? And it's like, I care about the people close to me, and like that's about it, right? And it's like, I don't know, I just think that towards the end of the year I found myself in this place where I was being a pussy because I was like afraid of internet drama or like saying what was on my mind or like whatever. And like I'm ready for the smoke. I'm ready. No, that's not what I want to say right now. No smoke, please.
She takes that back immediately. Immediate retraction.
But it's just like, who gives a fuck? Like, if I have a fucking opinion on someone, like, oh my God, so be it. I'm going to say it. What, you guys are going to fucking cancel me? Perfect. I'm going to move to Hawaii and cook everyone from there.
So true. Like, honestly, let's lean in.
I'm just at this point where it's like, I don't know. I let the internet make me a soft baby back bitch for a couple months there. And I think I needed it. I needed to dial back after that whole Cody Ko, Alyssa Violet moment. But taking this time off, putting things back into perspective, I'm ready for this year and this podcast. And, you know.
Okay, I might still watch from the sidelines just because I don't know if I'm quite there yet.
No, it's not like I want to fight people. Like, I'm not angry. I think I was just holding back on opinions. Like, I was being a pussy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's not who you are, Tana.
I'm that way too. I try to be like pretty PC with my answers these days because I'm like, you know. And
like, that's just not what canceled is. And canceled was its most fun when we didn't give a fuck. And I want to bring that energy back.
I feel like after having been canceled, I'm like, who am I to cancel somebody? But then I'm like, wait, you had been canceled before we were canceling anyone.
And it's like, I was in that place for so long where I was just like, I felt so free and I didn't give a fuck. And then I don't know.
Oh, it made me give a fuck. I'm like, I became the boner of the century.
Which I think is good in a way. Like, some of it was growth and I needed to grow as a person. But I'm at this point in my life now where it is like, I'm so peaceful. I don't care what these other fucking people think of me, especially when so many of these other people are so awful. And like, I'm confident in who I am as a person and I know I'm a good person. I don't know. I'm just like, I really almost did a fucking 50-part series just actually exposing everyone. Like,
no,
and then I was
book
for sure. But it's like, here's the thing, my book is gonna be my life story, right?
Yeah, I guess it's not an expose.
And it's like, I'm watching this Jack Wright and Sienna May shit go down. That's not gonna be chapter 7 of Tana Mongeau's life story, right? Maybe, but I have shit to say.
Yeah. Okay, say
like
it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things that it's like, it's not gonna make the book, but like, I've always held off because I'm just so afraid of so many people. I don't know, I didn't watch all of Sienna May's videos, so I don't want to like. Did you? Like,
I've only seen clips.
Really?
Yeah, I really don't know much about that situation at all.
Really?
I really don't.
I was counting on you.
Well, you were coming in here hoping that I was going to have the note. First of all, if there's one thing about me, it's always that I have the wrong information.
Like, fuck. I don't know what her video said. Jack Wright's a murderer.
I think
I should stop calling Jack Wright a murderer. Okay. See
no, I don't think you should.
Immediate retraction. But obviously I said what I said on tour and like told that story, and then I got in a little bit of heat for that. But it's hard because being in my position in LA, even the Emma Chamberlain, Ethan Dolan thing really had me like, sometimes I forget like the life I've lived, I guess, and like my position in all of this. Like, I'll be intaking things just kind of like everyone else. And then it's like, when that Emma Chamberlain, Ethan Dolan shit came out, I was like, no way the whole world had no idea that the Dolan twins were like fucking anything that walked.
I guess that's true. Like, I think that was just our understanding.
Yeah, like, to me, I was like, of course everyone knows that. And like, all of those boys, like the MagCon and the like.
Oh, bless their hearts.
Well, I went on that whole tangent, but it's just like, obviously these boys like blow up for being hot to millions of young girls everywhere.
And can do anything they want, and they do.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. Olivia O'Brien, like, I thought everyone knew. She literally posted that I Should Have Fucked Your Brother music video and like had two twins in it.
Well, but everybody thought that it was
Jake and Logan.
Yeah, should we get her up here, honestly?
We really should, honestly, and get like the full thing. But I guess I was like, holy fuck, I guess like everyone doesn't know the lore the way I know the lore, and I like forgot that. I don't know.
A lot of people infer, like, obviously everybody knew about Ethan and Emma, but like she had never personally confirmed it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just exciting, especially as a fan, like for them to now like way down the line get it. It's like, ugh, I knew it.
It is just, I mean, she obviously deserved better, but also like, again, when you put those guys in that position, like, I'm sure they're grown now, like just in that era in LA.
Are they both married?
I think, I don't know, but it's just like, again, I'm sure they're grown now, but obviously like at that time, like they were unhinged, you know? But anyways, Jack Wright, like I saw him a lot, you know what I mean? Like after that whole thing with Sienna May, he really like dove into the partying scene crazy. And so I would see him out a lot, and just like a lot of the things he would do would always like we would have nights and shit, you know, like where I would be like out with 10 people and he'd be one of them, and like he'd say something funny, I'd laugh. Like we'd be in the same places together, but I would never say that we were like great friends. I just think that always from a lot of the things that I saw him doing in LA when he was with her and not with her, like one could infer that his intentions, especially with her in that whole situation, were not good. And like
she also was like, I mean, God, she had a really, really quick like blow up too. So it was like, I don't know, any time in that situation, you have to be a little bit like, oh, well, why are they so eager to hang out with these people?
I think he was eating up her demise. And I think
that's like one thing that didn't sit right with me. Like I would never want to, I don't know enough about the situation. I don't want to like invalidate his experience, but I didn't like how excited him and everybody around him got when she got so badly canceled.
Yeah. And it's just like
it felt to me like it was about her getting canceled, not so much like her being held accountable. It was like her.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. His intentions were for her to get canceled, not held accountable. And I agree with that completely. It's nuts. I have more thoughts on the situation, but I feel like there has to be more things come forward before I'm the person exposing people's secrets and truths. But
I also
it's crazy.
Yeah. I want to talk about Tarte Island for a second, because here's what I will say about Tarte Island. They're getting a lot of flack for not canceling amidst the LA fires. I do not agree with that situation, just because of how, first of all, how much they've donated and like how much they did do to help in this scenario. That being said, there was a theme. One of the nights was like Tarte on fire. And you have to assume that was really poor planning, but
even if I like take down the placards today, then you know what I mean. Like how about
like
Tarte underwater?
There has to be like something you can do to cross that out on the menu. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like, are they rage baiting us? Because I'm not sure if there's anybody around who's like thinking that far ahead, but like with
Tarte
everything that's happened,
wild.
like even without Los Angeles aflame, like Tarte was gonna get heat for this trip regardless. Heat is the wrong. They were gonna get pushed back for this situation regardless.
Yeah.
But like it was almost like they leaned into it really hard, and if they did, more power to them, because they were able to translate that into money that could be donated and put toward the bigger cause.
I mean, me putting on the glasses, it's like I just feel like it's an alter ego. Whenever I put on my glasses, I just like look like less of a stupid whore. So here's the thing. I think Maureen is an amazing person. I really do. Even throughout the fires, just the way she was texting me, making sure I was okay, making sure everyone was okay. Like the second that Shape Tape makes a damn dollar, that woman is running to donate it. And what other makeup companies are doing that as frequently as she is? Like she helps with everything. She is the first to donate everything. I also understand that so many of the girls on the trip were from the East Coast. I also think it's like, I'm assuming to rent Necker Island to call up Richard Branson himself and book that shit is $1 grillion. Like, I see why they still did it. And like, you know what I mean? I see why everyone still went. I just guess I personally, like, I couldn't. Like, well, it was just the night before I left, I get back to my house for my like third round of evacuations. And this was the night where like, it was coming over the hill towards my house. And so I was just sobbing, like just uncontrollably sobbing at every second. And I was like, I walk into this like Tarte PR box and I'm opening it up and I'm like, I mean, I have nowhere to go. Like theoretically, this is great in that sense. Like anywhere else, I'm going to have to spend a bunch of money on a hotel. Like getting out of LA is horrifying. Like this is a guaranteed flight and a safe place to be, which is great, but it comes with so many other things, right? I start calling some influencers on the trip, okay? And even just that, across the whole week before, I had some FaceTimes with a lot of the girls. And it's so funny because I feel like I am the type of person where people call me to unload. like to rant and talk shit. And like, I feel like I was just receiving so many calls or having so many FaceTimes where so many of the other girls were talking so much shit, like being like, I'm so scared so-and-so's going, I don't want to be, and all these influencers are so calculated in the sense where they're like, I don't want to be photographed with so-and-so. Like, how is this going to look? PR, yada, yada, whatever. And so it was already just like, I knew it was going to be a lot. And then, because that group, including myself, it's a lot of personalities, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And even just explaining it to Makoa, because I was bringing him, trying to explain it to an outsider, I was like, as much as it's a beautiful island and it is so relaxing, like, you don't go to relax. It's like someone transported a red carpet to an island and you're just on the red carpet on the island for 5 days straight. Like, and that's not on Tarte. You know, they have goat yoga and they have people meditating and they have but just due to the nature of the like PR, like it's not giving relaxing vacay, whatever. Anyways, fires start really coming. And so I'm kind of calling other people on the trip to get a feeler. You know, some of my LA girls, I'm just like, what are you doing? What should I do? Calling people. And I call this influencer, showing her where the fire is, like saying like, do I go, whatever. And she goes verbatim, this influencer goes, you just need to take your emotions out of it and you need to come.
Can I guess?
Yeah, of course. And I'm watching this fire roll over the hill, sobbing my eyes out while this influencer is on the phone telling me to take my emotions out of it and get on a jet to a private island. And I'm like, I can't. What do you actually mean? You know what I mean? I called Tiana Robillard, I will say, and she was so incredibly like sound and awesome. And she honestly made me realize I couldn't go. Her. I just was imagining myself if the worst case scenario, knock on wood, happened and I'm on this island and I'm sobbing about my house.
And like Ken Urich and Brianna Chicken Fry are talking in the corner.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know what I mean? And then like these beauty bitches are telling me to take my emotions out of it. And like, you know, like it's just like I needed to be with my people.
That's a really, really crazy sentiment.
Like, what do you actually mean you need to take your emotions
First of all,
out of it?
I've never taken my emotions out of anything ever.
It's just... And the person kept going. They were like, you're just not thinking logically. Like, you're thinking with your emotions. I'm like, what? The logical
people
thing
are
is
supposed to think with their emotions.
Well, and it's like the logical thing is not to go on this. You know, I mean, I guess it's like, again, safety. But it's like, I also just wasn't in a happy headspace. And like, you know what I mean? Putting on like the yay-shaped tape of it all, for me, I couldn't.
Yeah, it would have made the whole experience like so much more miserable. And you would have been so hyper aware. Like, it's already kind of... in like influencer settings like that, it's already sometimes very like, oh my god, I can't believe this is like really like
real life and whatever. Yeah,
I feel like that would have like put you in like a whole like out of body experience, like what the fuck is this? Because like
exactly, like honestly, just exactly,
like the world is on fire.
And again, that was only my experience, and half of these girls aren't even from LA, so it's like obviously like go on the trip.
Yeah, I mean, how many times does this happen? Like, you know, it happened in Maui, and we like it doesn't affect you the same if it's not where you're from. Yeah,
100%. And it's just like, I don't know, I hope to go on one in the future, but like and even just like seeing all the content of it, I was just
hope to go on one in the future.
I just could not imagine myself there on that one. Like, and I also think that for some reason, like the internet just holds me to a different standard in certain ways, which is kind of crazy. But like, if I was posting what like Aspen Ovard or Remy Bader, love them both. I'm just saying, if I was posting what they were posting on that trip, I think my comment section would have been like warfare. I want to like move on from the Tarte trip, but there was so much that happened. That's also that, like, it was just like, I didn't need to be in the mix of all of that. You know what I mean? Because it was just like so much. I was not expecting the Brianna Chicken Fry and Ken Urich makeup at all.
Do you think it was more just like a like
I'm drunk and I'm on Tarte Island and this is awkward?
Yeah, and we probably won't run into each other again.
Mm-hmm. But so interesting. I was expecting Ken Urich to like swing on her.
David Dobrik is back and he's fucking ripped. What's that about?
He really, it's so funny seeing people say that it looks like they like
it. I thought
iPhone stickered his head onto something.
You know what's crazy is I see him often.
Really?
And yeah.
Where?
A lot, because he's like a big, he works with Paramount a lot and I work with Paramount a lot. Mm-hmm. So I always see him.
Oh, that's why I'm banned from all Paramount events. Actually, I forgot about that.
You're not banned from all Paramount events.
I am.
No, you're not.
I've heard from multiple people that
you said one time that you were banned, and I think that after that they were like, maybe she should be banned. You're not blacklisted from Paramount events.
Well, Jesus Christ, then get me on the Sonic the Hedgehog carpet then. Like, fuck. I don't know.
I'm just, so I see him, point is I see him a lot. And I remember the last time I saw him being like, he's looking pretty thin. You know, like he's looking a little like, because you see it especially in someone's face when they get like really thin like that. But I always see him in like an outfit. So when I saw him rip out that washboard, imagine my shock.
I think the Zila transformations are great though. You know what I mean? Like that's a slay. Something about David Dobrik's comeback to YouTube and then all of LA lighting on fire just doesn't feel like.
You're blaming David Dobrik for the fires.
It's just weird that Dobrik's is still standing.
I can't get behind this.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. No, obviously I think it's just like, I know that so many people are nostalgic to Dobrik's vlogs and watched them and love them so much. I guess it's just like my personal ties stop me from feeling anything good towards his comeback, you know?
I get
and
that.
like the Views podcast, like I just...
Is it back?
Yeah, and like just... I don't
Honestly,
know. Like, what do you mean you just get to come back scot-free? What do you mean? What do you actually... Imagine...
Do you think he got to come back scot-free, though? He got, like...
No, you're right.
I mean, he definitely took a hit.
He took a hit. I don't mean it like that. I guess I just...
I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying, like, it's not like he just, like, nothing happened.
I know. I just think... Imagine I took your eye out.
Oh.
And then I... never paid you $1, never once said sorry, and never once like just fully validated your emotions, or maybe even came online and validated your emotions, right? And then all of a sudden you one-eyed open your computer to me traveling the 7 wonders of the world. The 7 wonders of the world. Like you see me under the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I don't think that's a wonder, but you see me on, and you're like, well, you don't see me actually, but like,
it's not a good look. I'm with you on that one.
I just feel so much empathy for Jeff that it like lights a fire. And I know that there's all the people that say like, Jeff's a grown man and he did it himself. And like, okay, but like, if that's your best friend, you would still want them to like apologize or give you money and pay for your surgeries, or especially when like, the person who did it is a fucking grillionaire.
I think that for me would be the hard part about it, is like watching just the amount of wealth. That would be
like
tough.
Each one of those Teslas is one of the 12 eye surgeries, right? It's just like, it's crazy to just take a break and say nothing. I don't know. I guess just knowing him personally, just knowing like the way he was about those vlogs, like the dirty dom of it all, like Jason Nash, like being like just not the best. And like, I mean, obviously, I think that the style and format of his vlogs will change so much. Like, there won't be as much putting people under pressure, making people do crazy things. I think he's smarter than that. And now they'll be more wholesome and happy and stuff. And like that lesson has been learned. But it is just like so crazy to just see him back skipping on the internet. Like, it's just, I don't know why it has me like...
No, I mean, I know why. Because you're a good friend of Jeff, and like obviously you have a soft spot. Like that's completely understandable. That was a fucking horrible thing that happened. So you don't want like anybody to be able to just come back and be like, sorry about my break.
And it's just so PR. Like sometimes I just wish people would be more real. Like it's just like, I wish he would just be like, yeah, I shouldn't have fucking put him on that crane. I shouldn't have told him to do that. I shouldn't have filmed it. I would love to pay for these surgeries. Here's me on a Jesus Christ statue. You know, like maybe there was something real.
Yeah.
Like it just feels so PR and contrived to like take this break and then hope that enough people just like loved your videos and are nostalgic for them that like they'll care to just like keep watching them again. And like, no, I don't know.
I do.
The 7 wonders of the world. I'm wondering a lot of things. We're wondering.
I have 7 wonders.
Yeah, I have 7 wonders. Like, it's just like, oh my God. And certain people too that I don't necessarily like, I can like view their content without disdain and separate the two. I just like, I don't know. It is just being so close to Jeff and seeing like how much he suffered. And I know there are people who like pick it all apart and say that Jeff didn't do certain things right and like whatever, but it's still just like a human being who like has to keep going back and getting these surgeries and like grinding for the money to pay for them when like the other person is.
Of course, if it happened to you, I would literally be screaming from the rooftops, like, get away from the fucking Taj Mahal and go to jail.
And it's like you could do both. I feel like you could cut a check and then go to the Taj Mahal. And it's just like,
it's not one or the other.
And just all those people were Jeff's friend too. You know, and I think that makes me sad. Like let's just say in like this scenario, like I would hope like if I did something to you like that like Paige wouldn't just like blindly, like I know Paige would be like, that's wrong. You have to pay her. Like you have to help her.
Yeah.
You have
the difference is if like something like that happened to you at my hands, I would have like probably had to die or something by now.
No, I mean,
no, just like actually the guilt would eat me alive. That's the only reason. Like I never want to say like I have sympathy in the situation, but like the way that I would feel if I did that to somebody, I have to assume that he feels that way as well. You hope.
Yeah, and just knowing his personality, I'm just like,
you don't think he does?
No. And that's like what, like you don't feel guilty. You don't feel sad. You just want it to go away. You want people,
really?
You want the Trishas of the world and the me's of the world and the Jeffs of the world to just shut up about it. And you want to sell your fucking Prince Street pizza. You know? Like it's like,
I sound like I'm just like an apologist right now, and that is not the angle I'm going for.
And I'm clearly coming in very hot. Like you're playing a game right now where you're like dodging the balls I'm throwing at you. Like I understand.
Well,
completely.
I don't know. Again, it's more one of those things where it's like I feel still like my cancellation is too fresh for me to come at anybody else's cancellation. You know what I mean?
I completely disagree, and maybe I'm wrong.
Well, you know, how can I hope that people have grace for me if I have no grace for anyone else?
That's true. But listen, this is the canceled podcast, right? This isn't like the horse girl palooza.
You're right.
Whoa, Vicky fakes kidnapping in Nigeria. I know I'm a little late on that topic and people really don't like that, but whoa, Vicky fakes kidnapping in Nigeria.
To be honest, I get how that could happen. Because I too have been in a scenario where I'm not really on the good side of PR, and I'm like, if I just got kidnapped or like, okay. You were either going to start nodding or you weren't.
No, but no, but it's just funnier thinking that like that almost makes more sense to me, right? And I've been in situations like that. Okay, I've had men like, you know, at my worst heartbreak of my life, I was praying to God for like a sideswipe car accident. You know,
me
just
too. Like something where I don't get like permanently injured, but like I go to the hospital and they have to show up.
Like that almost makes more sense. Whereas it's so funny to me to just think, whoa, Vicky was just like bored in the house bored. And then she was just like, hey, I'm kidnapped in Nigeria. And then the next day was like, sorry, y'all, I was bored. Like that's insane.
No, to be honest, that's really camp.
Like it's
funny.
It's just crazy. That was just, I had to just touch on it. I have nothing to add.
I didn't even hear about it.
Really?
No.
Yeah. Well, Vicky fakes kidnapping in Nigeria.
I'm mixing up. Hold on. Okay. I'm mixing up Bad Baby and Whoa Vicky.
Girl.
And I shouldn't, because they are not even similar in any way.
I mean, they have like the Venn diagram, you know,
Whoa,
there's some crossover.
Whoa Vicky used to be my neighbor, and she told me I had beautiful skin in the elevator.
That's actually, she does give really like sweet girl. Like I feel
she was so nice.
Sweet energy. But same with Bad Baby. She's sweet.
Oh, I'm a Bad Baby super fan.
Me too.
But like not enough to not to.
But Whoa Vicky's all God too. So like just the fake kidnapping.
Whoa Vicky gone Bible.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I don't even know.
Whoa Vicky for sure voted for Trump.
Do you want to know the craziest shit? Circling back to the fires, but like I just have to touch on this really quickly. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I have never been more grateful for the screenshot feature and the screen recording feature. I just want to let people know in 2025, like, let's talk about ins and outs really quick. Actively screenshotting people's stories on your main account to let them know they've done something wrong. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't, my fingers were stuck like this during the fires with the amount of people posting out of touch shit.
Oh.
Okay. Like, oh my God, the amount of people in LA.
I wish we had a PowerPoint presentation, because our group chat at this time, we don't even have a group chat.
The Instagram one.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I mean, I want to save it for the canceled awards because I fear that it has its own category at this point. But I'm just off the top of my head. What's her name? Sophia Culpo? Did I make that one up? Sophia Culpo posting a smiling selfie with her boyfriend, her and her boyfriend smiling. I actually need to find it because I don't want to misquote this.
She's so nice and she means well, but the photo was so funny. It's like her and her boyfriend and they're like smiling and they go, had to get out. And she's like,
hold on.
She's like, I woke up with a bloody nose, had to get out of there.
No.
Like,
It's
And
where
then
is it?
she puts highly recommend an air purifier.
Highly like.
I thought that if there was an Amazon link, I was going to lose it.
That's what I was literally just going to say. The only thing missing from that truly was an Amazon affiliate link.
It was just the smiling photo, like.
And I do
City's on fire.
I do understand that like things were progressing so fast that maybe something someone posted in the morning by the nighttime could be like so much more wildly out of touch.
Yeah.
I saw some pack my evacuation bags with me. I saw selfies with it's
come on.
And I got it. But I think we save all of this. Tara's World, what did she post? She posted, thank God Equinox has hot water. It's like, Kim, people are dying.
No, who is the girl? Actually, I know exactly the girl. She put like she did a collage and one of the photos was her doing like a thirst trap in front of the fire.
No, yes. You made a TikTok about her. That was a good TikTok.
And everyone thinks it's about that girl Becca, but it's not.
Oh, wow. Khloe Kardashian is doing monetized Snap stories and was just using, obviously someone runs her Snap and like so many influencers do that and like make so much money. But like Khloe Kardashian, someone's running her Snap and was just repurposing other people's content of the fire, tapping through it with ads, like cashing out, which is just wild. Anyways, my whole point of this like wraparound tangent was that while I was also just doing that, like wildly intaking so many things that just blew my mind on people's Instagram stories, it was also a major like news source. Like as things were happening so rapidly in Los Angeles, sometimes people's stories were informing me about like ways to donate, things to do to help, like where the fires are going, like, oh, I live here and this is happening, or like watch out for this. Like it was helping me in a lot of ways too, obviously. And just like it was so scary how delayed the news would be in comparison to like what people were posting on Instagram and TikTok and stuff too. Like it just scary times we're in. But anyways, LaDemi posted a story saying that she was in a Waymo driving from like Hollywood to Beverly Hills as the Runyon fires broke out. And due to the power going out, I guess the power went out in her Waymo. And then people in the gridlock were like getting out of like the cars and the traffic and whatever. And you know how Waymos are, like they lock, so you can't just like get out. And she was stuck in this Waymo for like an hour.
Oh,
like
absolutely not.
What's that movie? Like End of the Fucking World or whatever it's called.
Final
like,
Destination.
That too. But like how crazy. Stuck in a Waymo. What kind of 2025?
See, that's why I don't
shit?
really fuck with Waymos, to be honest, because I like that's just like a recipe for disaster.
I was into it at first because I really don't like Uber drivers. You guys know I've had my fair share of stories and I'm just very paranoid. So I love the idea of like no person. But the fact that like people are just getting stuck in them now feels so.
Well, it feels like there needs to be some sort of like bypass the electronic feature, because like same way like have you seen like how Teslas aren't like really fully safe because if the power goes out you can get stuck, like the doors won't open.
It's just crazy. Like there should be some type of e-brake. And people, there's so many things where people are just coming up and like smashing
you need
the
one of those
Waymo's
buttons that
windows.
ejects you from the car.
No, I was so team Waymo for a second there. I was like, we need these
Waymos just give me the creeps because I can't conceptualize the fact that like in my head like self-driving cars were at least another 20 years down the line.
Yeah, it is just very creepy, but I can't believe she was like stuck in one during the fires.
That would be I would need therapy for that, like really crazy. I know I need therapy generally speaking anyway, but
especially people just getting in these gridlocks and having to get out of their cars and like run and stuff. You know what I mean? Like and I saw that when I was in the Hollywood gridlock and I was just like, oh my God, that's like, I was imagining like, what if I was in a fucking Waymo? I don't know. Crazy. I don't think we're ready for that yet as a society, to be honest with you. Okay, I just saw this clip, Brooke, of this old ass television show that Mario Lopez used to host, I guess. I have no information on the show other than the clip I saw, okay? But he's in the car with Kim Kardashian. I guess the premise of the show was taking celebrities to their biggest haters and like it's this
to go
clip.
on.
It's this clip of this bitch being like, I fucking hate Kim Kardashian, like just all these reasons why she hates her. And then Kim walks in. First of all, how humbling. The bitch was in like a yoga class. So she's like in downward facing dog, like no makeup, sweating. And then Kim walks in and goes, hi, gorgeous. I hear you're my biggest fan. And the girl was just gagged and like immediately folded, obviously. And like, what if we just had like our biggest hater on the pod?
K-WAP?
Or like that woman, like this, like she's 40, she loves talking about the pod. Like, let's just have her on. Let's fly her out like Tarte Island.
No, we. Oh, bless her heart. Let her rest. No, honestly, I would do anything. I always say that. Like, I wish, like, the people who comment on my videos sometimes, or like our videos or whatever, or just haters in general. I'm like, I would do anything. I would pay any dollar amount to just see them stand in a line. You know what I mean? Like, what, they go to school, they go to work. Do you think their friends know that they're fucking that miserable?
It is so true. It is wild.
Like, and I'm not talking about like people who just like have an opinion. Like, there's people who, you're allowed to have an opinion. I'm talking like people who are literally like sending DMs like, you should die and kill yourself and croak. Yeah, and you're fat.
But I think that that's just, all you can do is feel empathy for those people, because it's got to be so sad.
Empathy's out.
Out 2025 empathy. David Dobrik be like,
I'm totally kidding, but I want to talk about a really humbling experience I had recently. There is a gym here. There's quite a few like social club gyms. Okay?
Zila Fitness.
Yes, no, that's not the one, but I was like, you know what? Because I'm back on my fitness grind. I know you have probably noticed
the challenge
based on my excessive muscle tone.
Yes.
I am really working out a lot, and I was like, you know what, let me join a gym. And I was gonna join this gym with my friend because I was like, she's gonna train me, and it's like this whole thing. And this gym that I wanted to join, it's like a really beautiful, nice gym. It's like you have to apply, whatever.
Where do people get off in LA? It's just like, who, like, that just feels so like Matilda DeJerf coded.
Yes.
Like, why do people have to apply?
Because it's like it's a membership. Like, I mean,
I know. I guess all membership
in my head,
clubs
it was like, I knew how expensive it was. So I was like, obviously, like, if you apply, like, there's a process, you probably have to interview and stuff. But like, if you can pay for it, like, I'm assuming that you can join.
It's just like, what are the qualifications? Like, do I need to show you my cellulite and bank account?
No, it's funny that you ask that. Okay. Because I tell my friend, I'm like, let's go to this gym and we'll sign up and like whatever. I've heard so many good things about it. So we go to this gym. I'm in my fucking workout clothes because I'm going to sign up for the gym.
Okay.
I'm going to sign up for the gym and I'm going to work out that day.
Okay.
Because that's what you do. You go to the gym and you fucking sign up.
Okay.
All right. I walk in there. I go up to the counter. I'm with my friend and I'm like, hey, we want to sign up. And this bitch at the front literally looks at me like this. I go, hello? Like, I want to sign up. And she goes, you can't sign up. We go, what do you mean you can't sign up? Like, we want to join. She goes, I'm like, and again, I'm giving her the opportunity to tell me like, no, actually, like, you have to do this. But I'm going, like, is there somebody we can talk to about signing up? She goes, we do it all online. I go, okay, and I'm in-house right now. You don't have one person here who does like
Bolero
membership.
flare legging on.
I have my fucking Pilates princess outfit on. You're gonna embarrass me like this? She tells me she goes, you can apply online. And I go, how? Okay, but how long does that take?
Taking the sweatbands off, like.
She goes. Or I go, how
you
long?
could try Sears. Do you? I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
I go, how long does that take? She goes, up to a month. And by the way, she's being such a fucking to me in the moment that I'm like, I want to be like, you're going to get nobody to join this gym with this fucking attitude that you have right now. I wanted to be like, first of all, they're the full transparency. They charge like $600 a month for a membership. Okay. Which is just ridiculous. I can't believe I was even considering the thought to begin with. But I'm looking at her like, I'm telling you right now, like with my words that I'm willing to pay $600 a month and you're going to tell me that I have to apply and you might accept me. Okay. So I'm like,
so you can try Mongeau.
So I'm going, what are the, like, how long does it take? She goes, up to a month. So I go, okay, can I apply here? She goes, no, you have to do it online. So I go, you know what? Actually, ma'am, I'm going to sit in your lobby and I'm going to do it on my phone and I'm going to apply right here. Okay. So I do.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I go on their website. I put in my name, my email. You guys, I swear to God, the application process is nothing but your name, your email, and your Instagram.
I hate LA.
That's it. And I when it was over, I literally I felt like I just got violated because I'm like
you thought it was gonna be fingerprint.
I thought it was gonna be like a social club or like Soho House or something where they ask you about your profession and what do you do and what do you like to do for fun and like you know, like who do you know who goes here or whatever it is, like where it is like a social club. But this was literally just send us your Instagram and so I'm thinking in my head like, oh, they're just gonna look at my Instagram, decide if they want me in their gym or not, and that's it. And I'll tell you why I'm really mad about it, because honestly, I wouldn't have even been complaining. Like you would have never heard a word out of me if I got accepted, but I didn't. I didn't get accepted.
I think it's good that you didn't.
I
though.
didn't.
Like,
but
that.
worse than that is I just sat there right next to Maddie and we applied at the exact same time and she got accepted and I didn't.
That is so awful.
But I waited this long because I'm going to write the lengthiest, craziest review
Girl,
about
go
that
to
dumb
Planet
bitch at the
Fitness.
front. No, I'm not kidding. I'm so mad at her still because just the way that she talked to me, it was so like condescending and just like, I literally felt, first of all, just so embarrassed because like, oh, my bad for thinking that you can show up to a gym and sign up there. Like the way that she made me feel like that was the stupidest thought anyone's ever had in life.
That's all these LA, like all of the social clubs really, like, yes, some have more of a purpose than others, but it is to create this like feeling of hierarchy. Bring the lunk alarm back. Okay. I think we were peak society when there was a tanning bed in the lobby of Planet Fitness. They said, come on in, get cancer. And here's the lunk alarm.
What's the lunk alarm?
See what I mean? Girl, your priorities, wrong baskets. Like, I don't know, like you drop the weight and they're like, stop that, fatty.
Oh, no, I think it's so that everyone, they have like a really like comfortable policy at Planet Fitness.
See, you're already selling it. I bet they're going to give you a fucking free year membership right now.
Anyway.
Fuck the $600 social club.
No, I'm not. If they accepted me now, I'd be like, fuck you guys so much. Because what did you see that first time on my Instagram that made you deny me to begin with?
That is just
probably
like,
because they knew I was going to do exactly this, that I was going to sit down on my podcast and talk shit about it. But honestly, it has nothing to do with the establishment. It's probably a beautiful, wonderful establishment. That dumb bitch at the front, I'm not kidding. I will never forget her. No one has ever made me feel so stupid.
Well, it's like they need to almost just put at least like a fake question on the like name and Instagram.
Say what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah, like
I would have filled that out. All they asked me was for my socials.
Yeah, like that's like a little diabolical. Like I think they almost just need something to be like, oh, well, maybe we're not into people who knit, right? Like, you know, just something else, like the Instagram check. But it's LA, and that's the most LA shit ever. So duh.
It was really humbling.
You know.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, that is just crazy, like to your face, and I don't even know. That's wild.
But now I'm really lifting. I'm lifting at like a real
$600
lifting
a month.
gym.
Like, are you gonna lift the weights for me? But then again, like if someone said Ozempic was $600 a month, I'd be like, fair price. So it's like,
well, at least that does the job for you. Like,
Yeah.
I pay $600 a month and I still have to show up and do the work. Like, fuck you.
yeah, that is just, oh my God.
I don't know if it's $600, but it's something close to that. It's like something really stupid where it's like, oh, this is rent.
Did you see all the people during the fires posting that they were finally going to Community Goods because there was no line?
No.
Like that's this. I don't know why that's like. It's just everything that's
You're
so
lying,
LA.
but Community Goods is actually like one of the places that we donated to because they did like a huge drive.
Wait, that's great.
Yeah.
I love Community Goods, honestly, but everything just, I don't know. Being like all this, just the LAification of everything. I can't. I like want to get out of here. I can't believe I bought a house.
I know, but well, you know, you can sell the house, but
That's true.
I just went to Arizona. I had such a beautiful experience until, of course, I haven't even talked about it on the podcast. I got norovirus.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yes. I shit the bed. What do you mean, are you sure? I'm sorry. I just got like really passionate in this last like 20 minutes.
I love this.
I went to Arizona and I
canceled back.
I got either food poisoning or norovirus, but I've had food poisoning before and I have never had whatever I just had before.
I don't even know what I would do. If I was noroed up right now, that would be my 13th reason. I'm not going to hold you.
I still don't feel completely well. Like I'm afraid to eat. I'm afraid to drink because the what I dealt with was so like
Was it like one of those ones? I mean, all my questions are actually bowel movement related, and I don't want to do that to
we
the
talked
people.
too much about shitting ourselves, but I did shit myself.
It is kind of crazy though. Like I did see today, you were norovirus this, norovirus that, and I kind of was just like, you know what I mean? Like, is this some niche?
Oh, you doubted
thing?
me.
No, but I didn't know it was like a potential.
No, it's
epidemic sitch. Yeah, like I saw
everywhere.
some news about it today. Like
it's a bug, so it's like similar to getting food poisoning or something, but it's just like
Bird
it was
flu.
so immediate that I was completely fine. I was mini golfing, and all of a sudden I was like, projectile everywhere, and I just kept
worried about the wrong
I took
holes.
a pregnancy test. It was like, oh my god, like this is bad news. And then all of a sudden, I was just throwing up at that point. And then as soon as I started shitting myself, it was like, oh no.
That's
and
so
then
scary.
There's like slightly different symptoms. Like I couldn't pee. I didn't pee for like 3 days.
That's enough to like send me into.
But I was consuming so much liquid. Of course, I was throwing everything up.
Oh, and that's where it was going. Like nothing was making it to your kidney. I don't know how the organs
I really
work.
don't know how that works either. But I wasn't peeing.
That's so scary. And you
I
weren't
was
pregnant?
peeing, but not out of my urethra.
And you weren't preg?
No pregnancy.
But I think I had a miscarriage, by the way.
Um,
Something came out of me. But I'll save it for the Patreon.
Okay. How long until you're pregnant?
What do you mean? Just for me, like my own personal timeline?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I only say that because I've been really want to.
I just want to be young forever. Like I've been like the idea of, because even like Trisha, they said on Hot Topics or something that she was telling me yesterday, I don't know where they said it or whatever, but someone's prediction was that like I'm going to be engaged by the time 2025 is over. And I'm like,
oh, I am.
But it's like, I love Makoa and I do want to spend the rest of my life with him. But like the idea, it's just like getting older. I don't know. And like, I love getting older in all the other ways. It's just like,
I don't think I fear that anymore, but I think maybe
I'm going to be like a married woman.
Yeah.
Gag this.
I think you still are very young. I think I'm just ready. Like I want to be engaged so badly.
But like the idea of it, or like for real, and then I'm going to plan a wedding. Like, I was trying to plan a trip to Tahoe today. Exhausted. Okay. Immediate retraction on that. But like just dead ass. Like that is, I don't know. It's so wild. I want to move over to the Patreon because I told an innocent person to end their own life the other day. I really have a bone to pick with my neighbors and I think I had a miscarriage. So,
okay.
Those all feel like Patreon topics.
Well, canceled. We love you so much. It's stupid.
I'm really excited for 2025. I think this is going to be a good year. I'm excited for all the stuff we're going to do with Canceled. I really want to tour again. I'm ready to be messy
down
again.
under.
I'm hoping this goes over
overseas
well and I don't get rediscouraged. Like I'm ready to be a little messy.
I'll tell you one thing I know for sure is that it's not going to go over well.
You were actually so right, but whatever. I'm still just excited for this year and I'm happy to be back. I mean, these past few weeks have been really fucking crazy. I think this year is starting off in a everything feels dystopian and weird, but
yeah,
it's nice to just sit and forget about all the weird, crazy things happening in the world and just kiki with the girls and the gays and the theys. So we're happy to be back and we love you guys. And yeah, we're filming the Canceled Podcast Awards tomorrow. So if this one doesn't go over well, God, that's going to be tough.
I mean, I'm just ready for it. Whatever. Hit me, honestly. Hit me where it hurts.
We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Anybody who is still with us in 2025, but we love you so fucking much. And yeah, we're going to keep yapping on the Patreon and we love you.